Still ahead, Commitment 2017. We'll look at another candidate asking for your Senate vote, how Robert Kennedy Jr. is trying to make a name for himself. One of the candidates for U.S. Senate from Alabama has a famous political name, but Robert Kennedy Jr. isn't related to the famous family.
In tonight's Commitment 2017 report, WVTM13's Jeff Eliasoff tells us this Kennedy is anxious to make a name for himself in Washington.
Robert Kennedy Jr. graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy in 1992 and retired from the service as a lieutenant commander. He wants to bring his experience as an officer and a business executive to Washington. And he's excited about improving the Affordable Care Act, knowing that premiums went down in big cities, but
we know that it hurt families in Alabama where the deductibles went up and the premiums went up as well. So rather than using a marketing slogan like repeal and replace, the appropriate thing is to acknowledge what the ACA did as step one and simply move to step two and narrow down to the families in Alabama and address that specifically.
Kennedy, who served in the Pacific, says he doesn't favor invading North Korea with massive force to preempt their missiles from firing in our direction.
Simply because I don't believe we have to do it. The sailors and Marines, airmen and soldiers who are in that theater of operations right now are trained, and at whatever point the folks in North Korea decide to cross that line, we have the training, the equipment, and the leadership to respond to it at that time.
As for building a wall along the border with Mexico,
the only thing the border wall does is it gives a code word or it gives a dog whistle to be able to say that individuals who cross the border undocumented from the South are bad. And that's just not something that I can co-sign on.
Kennedy says his main goal is to follow the Navy Code and bring honor and integrity to the Senate, helping to restore faith in both individuals and institutions. Jeff Eliasoff, WVTM 13.